Alright everyone, it's just about 7, so let's go ahead and get to the stream. Or to a black screen. Alright everyone, welcome back to the archives. My name is Gordon, I'm going to be your archivist for today, and we are going to be doing a guided field study, as we have been for the past few weeks, going through the lore, world building, and storytelling in the world of Hollow Knight. Welcome back. Before stream, I got up some chicanery behind camera, and it seems we are caught in a boss fight, so let's get right off the bat. Not a lot of lore to this one, off the bat, if I'm being completely honest. That's why I kind of avoided him last time. He's just a harder version of the Crystal Guardian. Yeah, 2 damage a pip there. It's gonna blow my head off. Alright. Can I say that on Twitch? Can't hit his head. Okay. Yeah, it's a boss fight you kind of want to keep your wits about you during. Yeah, I guess while we're working on this, we can do a little last time on. Last time in the archive, we were looking at the Crystal Peak in Hollow Knight, by and large. We got a couple of traversal abilities that allowed us to get through here more easily. Oop. We were able to ascend to the very top of the Crystal Peak. Every time I get hit by one of those, I think I'm immediately dead. We were able to ascend to the top of the Crystal Peak. And do you mind? Yeah, no, he does mind. I don't even have that much money. I just want to get back. We're able to ascend to the top of Crystal Peak and find the only actual representation of the Radiance that we can find in, I believe, the whole game. Correct me if I'm wrong. There we go. I really just don't want to mess with this guy, but I do want my Geo back. What I wanted to do was get us back up to the top of Crystal Peak. So last time we'd been through here, we observed the unusual crystalline biology of a lot of the things living here, the infected workers still hanging around the peak, and the strange possible use of the crystals here. As we can see, they're able to transmit light into beams powerful enough to harm us. Which led to my ongoing theory that there is, like we saw with the statue, a connection to the Radiance. The Radiance not only literally being a source of light, but representing light and dawn in this world. But let's consider what's on the agenda for today. Like I said, once I got the traversal abilities that I wanted, we were going to go on a little bit of cleanup. And that is the continued mission for today. Excuse me. There we go. The goal, as it stands, is to get one last movement ability. I guess just bypassing type ability that will allow us to get pretty much anywhere we want, that we will find in a new area to this stream, the Royal Waterways. So anyone who knows about the Royal Waterways knows that one of my absolute favorite guys is down there. And we are going to catch sight of him in not too long. Really no way out of that one. Truly, I'm the best Hollow Knight player. I know every way out of every situation that was actually unsurvivable, if you didn't know. Alright. See, when I have no lore to talk about, I flounder. Gotta keep that 2-track mind going. Oh, none of this is going so good. See, I've actually practiced this time. I've been able to practice in my other save, since things have been a little bit less busy. Again, apologies for missing last week. We're sort of ending up on on a bi-weekly schedule here, which I don't mind, but I'd like to do this more consistently. One moment. My body, however, does not want me to have a peaceful stream. Wait, hang on. We're really just playing fast and nasty out here. Ooh, also notice there, it's a rare thing. Occasionally, just from random enemies, you can get a bit of essence. That's another goal for today. I want to get us a little bit more essence so we can access the fullness of the resting grounds. Yeah, for anyone who wasn't here last time, we're back at Hallownest's Crown, where I was able to talk for a while about this. The representation of the Radiance we see up here. And this is, you know, like I've said to folks who have played the game before, likely very familiar. And the fact that this is here with pale ore at its feet, I find really interesting. We found a pale ore last time we came here. Pale ore, very, very little ore around it. But, you know, the word pale is very important in this game. The Pale King specifically being the one that term is tied to. So, when we ask ourselves, like, what is the pale ore, likely something that's connected to the enemy of this at the foot of it, is that an offering? Is that a desecration? Is it a part of the rock itself that made this statue, which is just a form of natural irony? No matter what, there's a lot of mystery still here, but this gives us a lot of insight into what exactly is going on here in the world. I came up here specifically just to do that. Oh. Okay, I forgot it did that. What do you say we get out of here? I'd like to just get to a stag station to get us back to the City of Tears, but I don't know how available that is from here, off the top of my head. Also, anyone who's joining us on YouTube, welcome. I want to make sure you're not left out. Ooh, hang on. I've got my Mothwing cloak now. I really, really appreciate the YouTube audience. You know, I'm getting very modest views, but a few views here and there, and it's all very much appreciated. So, if you missed the stream, it's absolutely no big deal. I understand that not everyone can set aside 2 hours on a Wednesday evening like I can. Sometimes. But I hope that I can just be a pleasant experience in someone's midweek. But if you catch me elsewhere, just know that you're welcome. I'm excited to hear comments and questions, both in chat and in comments, as this channel hopefully begins to grow. Here we go. Peaceful. Pleasant. Just takes us right in there. There we go. Now, I don't remember, actually, if we have re-explored this area. I guess we'll see when I'm checking around here. But I am just popping my head in here on a quick, like I said, lore cleanup. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Although I think there is one good source of essence up here that I have practiced with pretty recently. Unfortunately, again, not an amazing source of lore, per se, but an interesting face I think we'd like to meet. Question is, how do I get out of here? Yeah, we've seen this a while back. Because this is an area that does have some oomph to it. There's some stuff going on here, but it's not often thought about. It's just the starting area that sort of sets the ambiance for the game. Yeah, all right. A little secret right where you start. Yeah, you see out here we are, like, there is no music, there's very little infrastructure, just the occasional street light. We're on the very edge of the wastes, the abyss, as it were. And I've not been here on this stream. Alright, so we have a few things to look into while we're here. Not a ton, obviously. But we get a little bit of insight here into the world outside of Hallownest, which I think gives us some very important context. But first things first, I'm gonna have to really get into the character voice here. I am Gorb! Bow, bow, bow to Gorb! The great mind, I am Gorb! Ascend, 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 ascend with Gorb! So this is Gorb. I really wish there was any lore about him whatsoever. He is another Kickstarter backer character, a lot like the other spirit fights that we've seen. A little less story than Zero, less haunting than No Eyes, which I do want to get back and beat No Eyes at some point. But if we can just take a moment to appreciate his voice acting. This is peak Hollow Knight. I'll admit it's not the most engaging boss fight, heard me talking shit. But it's just enough of a diversion and an interesting enough weird little guy, which anyone who's been following this channel for any amount of time knows that I am a huge weird little guy enthusiast. Let me tell you, top marks here on Gorb. Yeah, not too hard. But yeah, Gorb, I've seen speculation, like, you know, I cite Mossbag quite a bit. He's talked about Gorb in the past. There's so little that we know about Gorb. He's a worm. In his original Kickstarter art, he had a sword, but here he's entirely mentally focused. I am Gorb! The great mind, the pain, ascend, ascend. Because what does that mean? What is this? I have a theory. I am. Let me just get to consume his soul real quick. Yeah, I have a running theory with Gorb that he was a bug of some high intelligence before he came to Hallownest. In fact, we may actually run across one in the Royal Waterways. See, and again, we get, here lies Gorb, the great mind. That's it. That it's very possible that he was an intelligent bug, which we know do exist outside of Hallownest, who came here and was essentially, to use the anthropological term, flavor blasted by the Pale King's mind aura into this state of just like hyper-awareness that in all likelihood may have killed him. Oh, hang on, can we glean some thoughts here? Strong. That's it. Oh, hey, cool. I was hoping we'd get here. We have a nail master. Ah, well met. Yes, I thought I could sense the aura of a fierce warrior approaching. I'm impressed you found my sanctuary here at the top of the world. No doubt you've endured many trials and overcome many foes in your quest to find me. No, don't speak a word. I, Nail Master Motto, who was taught the art of the nail by the great nail sage himself, hereby accept you as my pupil. Let us begin the lesson immediately. I will learn the master's nail art. I love these guys' design. Extremely shaped. But yeah, this is Cyclone Slash. Something I honestly do need to use more just in my general gameplay. Here we get to see a glimpse of my weird controls. Your form, exquisite. Now I know how my own master felt when he passed down his teachings to us. I hope you don't think me too forward when I say that I consider you to be my child. Yes, when I saw you perform my nail art, I felt a bond between us suddenly flash into existence. Thanks, Dad. You honor me beyond words, my pupil. Thank you. We're meeting a lot of big personalities out here. Yeah. So yeah, we have met one of the great nail warriors. There are three brothers. Also, if I remember correctly, Motto is a name we've heard before. Well, although I believe actually we're thinking of Oro, his brother, who we will find not too long from now. But there's one person who has actually mentioned these guys before. When we first found Sly, I'm sure a lot of people do know this, but when we first found Sly in the Forgotten Crossroads, when he was in that half-dream state, addled by the infection, Where is my boy? He mentions the phrase, if I remember correctly, Oro you oaf, you wield that nail like a club. Which, if anyone has played the Godmaster DLC, you know for a fact that the great nail sage who we've just been told about is the humble shopkeeper Sly. I believe when we first got to his shop, I pointed out the giant nail leaning against the back wall. So that means like the population of Dirtmouth is like just under like 50% great warriors, because I'm pretty sure like Iselda is too. So it's like, if we count Cornifer as a member town, it's like 25% like insane badass warriors. Wonder if they ever talk. Whoop. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of, believe it or not, just nothing out here. Although I am really interested in these posts. They look almost like... what's the word I'm looking for? Like pikes, almost like military weapons. But you can see that they have like a standard coming down the back of them, as well as a three-pronged point at the end, which implies to me weaponry. But if we look at these, there's this really, really delicate bit of artwork here. Again, evoking the shape that we've seen associated with the Pale King a lot, those prongs. But, yeah, that little bug shape as well is pretty common. So these could very well be like remnants of defense, like fortifications, army garrisons in this area, or possibly just early symbols for incoming bugs saying like, yes, you are near Hallownest, which also seems like a very Pale King thing to do. Get as much geo as I can. Oh, we have another soul totem. Actually didn't need that. Much to see, and I wish I had a map. If I could remember where Cornifer is off the top of my head, I would be right there. But I believe we are approaching something. Yeah! A guy. Yeah, get going, little guy. Alright. I believe we have found ourselves... Oh, hang on. You! Two of these things. It is going to break my brain. This is going to be bad for me. See, I'm down to one. Healing is bad in here because... Oh, God. Yeah, something about this. Oh, hang on. Have I lost connection? Am I coming through? Hang on, quick technical difficulties here. That's why I lost. That's why I died. Alright. Sorry, YouTube crowd, just doing a quick check on the old system here. Yeah, it says I'm live. May I see it? Okay, yeah, alright. I think it was just technical difficulties on my end. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the stream. It's not the most high-tech setup we have here. There's not even anything down here. Needless damage. My specialty. Yeah, something about when you, like, overlap a bunch of projectiles on the screen. Like, bullet hells I am absolutely terrible at. I need something that I can put all of my focus towards. But we soldier on. Oh, perfect. I have no money. Cool, 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 cool. Well, we know where Cornifer is if we can make it back here. Yeah, I don't think he's going to sell a map for 11 geo. Maybe this will help. Also, I'm thinking about it. We have not seen the Grub Father in a while. I bet we could get some good money there. You feel so powerful once you get those first couple nail upgrades. You can just destroy these little guys. Does that make me a bully? Yes. Oh, hey, this is another thing to get back to. Well, actually, you know what? While we're here. Oh no, I'm forgetful. A whispering root. A whispering root means both essence and perhaps a little bit of lore. It's what sustains me, allows me to survive. Was actually one of my first pitches. I was telling some friends about what I wanted to do for this channel, and the way I described it is like, I feel like I need to play games wrong. Because a lot of what you go in for on Twitch, like, there are the chill, like, chat streams, which I think I'm drawing from and emulating here. But, like, you come here a lot of the time for, like, skill in games, or at least someone being funny around the game. I don't think I'm necessarily unfunny, but that's not my, like, main avenue here. I am, instead of, you know, speedrunning or, like, going in on, like, detail or anything like that, I am studying the lore, the world building. Which, I've only seen, like, a couple people do, like, lore talk-through streams like this. I think VatiVidya has done some in the past, who I've mentioned him here on the channel before. Should have done some vocal warm-ups. But yeah, what I'm hoping for on this this channel as it grows is to build a sense of interest and familiarity, and hopefully I can learn how to be funny in the process. That's disparaging. I can be funny. Do I choose to be? Now there's the question. Ooh. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. These blasted plains stretch never-ending. There is no world beyond. Those foolish enough to traverse this void must pay the toll and relinquish the precious mind this kingdom grants. So that is really, really important lore-wise. For one thing, it is a lie, first and foremost, the first part. Because there are kingdoms beyond Hallownest. We know that not only has Quirrell traveled beyond the edges of this world, which we've seen in his own comic, but there are places like Farloom, you know, again. Get that SEO. Let's look up Hollow Knight Silksong. Hopefully we'll get some news soon. But the fact that, you know, it was not the Pale King that granted minds to a lot of the living beings around here. But also that... Is this all of them? No. But also that, like, there are beings that come from elsewhere who are sentient. Again, leading into my Gorp theory. My Gorp thoughts. That it's entirely possible to have a mind and come here. There's also an interesting NPC I think we'll be able to meet either this stream or the next one, who there's tons and tons of theories about that I'll be drawing from that might lend credence to this. But the second part is very true. Bugs, maybe just the ones who have been granted higher minds by the Pale King and by the Radiance, not the Radiance. Hey, Cornifer. Do I have enough money? Let's see. Enjoy the bracing air? We're quite close to Hallownest's borders and those desolate plains that surround it. In this direction, I'm about as far as I'm willing to go, though it's been a pleasant change from those tight confines of the caverns. I've drawn out a small map for the area. It's a simple one, and more for completion, really. Not knowing the full extent of a region can be quite frustrating. Ah. Sorry, bud. You don't have enough geo. I understand. I'd give you the map as a gift, but I don't think my wife would be very happy if I did. All of our food is made of geo, as they say. That's such a weird, specific saying. Insect capitalism. It's made it down here. Oh, hey. Wanderer's Journal. Never gonna say no to that. Let's explore. There's so many little nooks and crannies around here to explore. It's hard to... Oh, I'm gonna come back here, actually. I know what this is. I think some people who happen to be watching this might also know what this is. Oh, hang on. Give me your brain. Nothing? Alright. Do I have to... Oh, if I leave, do I have to restart the Whispering Roots? Is that the score? It looks like it. Okay. Okay, so I just need to go find the one I was looking for anyway. Not a problem. There you are. Okay, alright. We're good, we're good, we're good. Yeah, alright. Just missed one early on. Wasteland. Bugs reduced. Oh yeah, that's it. This one doesn't have a ton to say. Yeah, that just further reinforces that, you know, leaving this place... Again, if you read the Quarrel comic, you can see that it's not necessarily like you will return to a like primal animal state. More so, it just takes your memories of being in Hallownest, which maybe me being an anti-Pale King truther, I wouldn't be surprised if that was somewhat intentional, or at least a happy accident on the part of the Pale King. Let's see if I can go grab my ghost, as it were. Oh, that was an incredible whiff. Alright, oh yeah, I gotta go back down there. Okay. Is there anyone I can... Oh, hang on. Alright. Thought you had me. Yeah, this can take me back into Green Path. Ow. Which I wouldn't mind, but no, I think I need to hit up the Royal Waterways first before I really go deep back into Green Path. Green Path? Don't worry about me. See, again, multiple things come at me from multiple angles, and I'm just screwed. I don't know anything about anything. Just need to be very judicious, very careful. Oh, wait, hang on. Fuck that guy, I don't care. This is really interesting, though. Like, we were told at one point, if I remember... Oh, yeah, it was in the Hunter's Journal. Balders, once they get old enough, they stop being able to move and just lock in place. So it really makes you wonder what happened here. Like, if you notice in the background, there's all these Balder shells, including the Balder shell charm, which is pretty helpful for a hopeless face tanker like myself. But can I just leave? Can I just not mess with that guy? That'd be fantastic. Yeah, let me out of here. Although, here's the question, how do I get back up to the Kingdom's Edge? Well, Kingdom's other edge, the Wastelands. Okay, cool. Let's move back up here. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you beat those guys early on, you can end up here early-ish. At least while you're exploring Green Path. But yeah, the thing is, like, the Balders are a very weird part of this game. Like, they have this whole ecology to them that not necessarily a lot of the other bugs have. They're bipedal. It's unclear if they're sentient. They spit out their own young, which is actually not entirely uncommon. You see that a lot. But, hey, Cornifer, where'd you go? Ooh. Where is he? My sense of direction out here is not ideal. Is this where I want to go back to? No, it just takes me back where I came from. So yeah, I feel less compelled to talk out here because it's so lonely. King's Idol. Notice these huge bugs are just kind of left here desolate at the edge of the kingdom. No king, no mine, release. See, that implies to me that there's every possibility that these bugs came out here intentionally to just lose their minds, as it were. Notice the wind pushes us back, even if we, yeah, can't launch against it. But yeah, this is the very beginning of the wasteland outside of Hallownest. Yeah, no, I wouldn't necessarily blame those bugs if that is the case, that they came here for that release. You know, if your kingdom is falling to an infection and you know, the writing's on the wall that everything's over, it's the apocalypse, then if you just go to a place where you can let go of your mind, just fade away, it's grim, but I understand it, you know? But, waxing poetic aside, where's Cornifer? Cornifer, I have money, where are you? I am really just laying waste to these little bugs. They don't deserve this at all. That's where it was to get through here. Is he above here? You know what I wish I could open right now is a map. Where is that boy? There we go. Okay. See, it's just like all of these like little crevices in the cliffs just look the same. Alright, we've heard this before. I chanced upon a strange bug atop these cliffs. His house isn't far from here. A very imposing figure he was, and no doubt lethal with a nail. I suspect you two might share you two might share more in common than him and I. Cornifer, I love you, man, but why do you talk like that? Yeah, he's just referring to Mato. Just trying to be as thorough as I possibly can. Yeah, I do worry about the aesthetic quality of this stream, because we're going from a desolate blasted cliff directly into a sewer. I'm just going to do that every possible time, I guess. You. So it's not going to be necessarily the prettiest stream, but we're going to have more to talk about once we get over to the sewers. Oh, hang on, notice that back there. We're approaching something to do with lifeblood. You can see these vines in the back. In fact, let me turn up my brightness a little bit. These vines here in the back, I don't know if that did anything. Those little blue flowers, that points us towards a lifeblood cocoon of some kind. And I think, if I remember my pathing correctly... Oop. Yeah, we are headed somewhere pretty crucial. But again, one of those things that's not really explained. Oh, you... Okay, that's enough out of you, bud. This is like just a genuinely enchanting little area. And here we see like these living things, these little butterflies that grow off the end of plants, do eventually take off. They start to fly. You know, what are they? Are they bug or are they plant? It's kind of hard to tell. But they are born of lifeblood, and specifically born of Joni. Joni's blessing. Now, if I can find... I'm trying to remember if there is a proper... Yeah, blessed by Joni, the kindly heretic. That's a really, really interesting turn of phrase. I need to change up my slots. Love quick charge, but it takes up a ton of spots. Yeah, you... like, it... Again, it's weird, right? These other sources of life and existence that are not directly provided by the Pale King, they're this own thing, are often deemed heresy, whether it's focusing soul or this strange thing that is lifeblood, this you know, very Hallownest, normal-looking bug lying here dead. In fact, can we... Nope, we can't even interact with Joni. All we really know... Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Ah, I see you bear my blessing. I can't remember giving it, but my memory has been a little lacking of late. Isn't it just so peaceful here? Such a perfect place to rest. Get in there. I think we might want to stop by Seer before we head to the city. But yeah, Joni is, again, that's what we get, is kindly, but often, like, we see a couple things. We see them referred to as a heretic, and laid to rest way out here in the cliffs, like right on the edge of the wastes. That's telling, isn't it? That perhaps someone who had an alternate path, someone who spoke a doctrine different from the Pale King, who had a different color of light, as we have seen before. Hey, again. That may have been someone who was rejected by Hallownest as a society. Yeah, I find Lifeblood to be very weird. I might actually do a deeper dive and see if I can find anything between streams to talk more on it, because I know there's one more area that has a lot to do with it. But that is a running theory that I'll try and back up with some more evidence and open my mouth when I've actually done some reading. What a concept. Respects to Gorb. Ascend. Ascend with Gorb. Yeah, again, I was saying earlier, like, the lack of music and just that howling wind. It gives me that, like, I don't want to talk, I just kind of want to wander around here kind of vibe. It feels almost disrespectful, you know, to talk over it, although that is my job. Yeah, the Howling Cliffs are this place of, like, contemplation in my mind. Ooh, hang on, now that we have money, I want to grab that. Just for later, since we'll be in the city. I have no more money. Alright. Oh, hang on, have I read Sly's mind? For good measure. But you see those nails on the wall. Ah, here's our further confirmations. Wherever you are, whatever it is you do now, I hope you three are looking after yourselves. You three, obviously referring to the nail masters. Yeah, great nail sage Sly, there he is. Ooh, a loud glork from my bottle there, apologies. Not that it's coming to an end anytime soon, but I'm making plans for after I finish Hollow Knight. And while I think it really fits the chill vibe, I'm excited for, like, a more zippy game, I guess. Like I mentioned last stream, I was thinking about Bloodborne, which seems harder to talk over. I'm glad I'm getting practice here. But it's a game I think that's a little deeper in lore and moves a little faster. Like, it'll kind of keep my focus on it. Where do we want to go? Let's go to the resting grounds, check in with the seer, and then move up to the City of Tears. Thanks, big guy. Seer, how's it going? Matter of fact, if we... Yeah, she's the one who knows. What are you doing, poking about in a dusty old mind like mine? Nothing of worth is hidden inside, believe me. But keep probing the world around you with your dream nail. Hidden things will reveal themselves. Ah, Wielder, you've returned. Let me have a look at the dream nail. Ah, your dream nail holds over 200 essence. You have $200 in your sword. You're proving your talent in its collection. Have you seen that great door just outside? My tribe closed it long ago and forbade its opening. But as far as I can tell, I'm the only member of my tribe still breathing. That means I needn't feel bad about breaking a taboo. As proof of my belief in you, I'll open the door. That's another really interesting thing, is that the Moth tribe specifically closed off this part of the resting grounds. There. The door is open and you can enter the glade beyond it. Listen closely in there and you may hear the utterings of bugs long gone. The Spirit's Glade. Again, we see this, like, if we look in the background here, that mask motif is everywhere in here. Again, I think masks come to represent, like, life or souls or something along those lines, but... Revik. The bugs within this glade are under my watch. Treat them with respect and you may remain, but raise your nail and you'll contend with me. Personally, like, I know it's a lot of essence, but I do like to leave the bugs alone, because, like, am I going to hit this guy? Buy my cookies. They're ever so tasty. That's it. I think a lot of these are Kickstarter backers. Some very fun designs in here. Caspian. Beware your own mind, little one. Twisted minds breed dark deeds, and mine was more twisted than most. Alright, this guy's got his Reddit Gold subscription. I thought it would be my end, but instead I found this glade, and with it a sort of peace. Welcome to my twisted mind. There is, sadly, nothing behind the waterfall, which does knock a few points off this game. 9 out of 10. Dr. Chagax. I used to help others. They were brought to me sick and dying. What difference did it make? Any victory against death will always be temporary. Hey kids, can you lighten up a little bit? I love Atra. I forgot about this shape. First of all, the entire lack of movement. Just this JPEG of a bug floating up and down I really enjoy. Don't fear, little creature. Though a violent rage once possessed me, the peaceful air in this place seems to keep it at bay. Cool, great, love it. Let's keep moving. Garo, are you a warrior, little one? A true warrior is one who can stand strong in the midst of a storm. Sure. I was once obsessed with power though my time within this glade has shed me of such desire. What folly it was to ever crave such a vicious thing. No, hang on. Wait. Wait, there is technically something behind the waterfall. I love these moth statues. These for some reason feel very real to me. Like, there's something very tactile about them I enjoy. And again, really, really interesting that in this hidden place of the moth tribe we find a king's idol. I believe that speaks to the, if we're looking at the timeline during the rise of the Pale King before the fall of Hallownest, the fact that the moths abandoned the radiance for worship of the Pale King. So seeing a traditional moth tribe, like cairn, like stone we see around there, with a symbol of the Pale King laid over it, I think speaks volumes. Let me talk to you guys. We're always left with reminders of the errors we've made. Let your mistakes not burden you, but serve as guideposts of where not to travel. I'm just going to leave the implications here hanging and walk away from Grohak. Hundred-nail warrior. Do you like my nails, little wanderer? I carry only 3, far less than legends may suggest. Still, each is sharper than the last, and I'd require only one to cut you down. Yeah, okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Oh, a moth. Again, this is one of the very few moths we end up seeing in-game. Are you admiring my fabulous markings? I'm of a distinguished species, you see, though I've not seen another like me for the longest time. Yeah, also notice, what is that from the eyes? Is that blood if the eye's been picked out, like no eyes, or are we looking at perhaps an interaction with the void? Oh, I love this design. I forgot about this guy. Perpetuos Nu. Sure. Are you enjoying your time in our glade? I'd offer advice, though, to have made it here. You're obviously quite adept at navigating our world and its perils. I didn't quite read through that properly. Molten. Don't fear my rotting form. That me. Oh, me too, bud. Though my body sheds and changes, my core remains the same. Crab. 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 Magnus Strong Crab. All of life's problems can be solved with crushing force. Such a simple mantra and one I've always lived by. If you weren't so scrawny, I'd suggest you follow my example. Hey, watch me, boo guy. Waldy. Don't judge me by appearance. Though my stature is small, I bear a dark soul and a tendency to go berserk in battle. Yeah, okay, man. The references end up getting a little bit on the nose at a certain point. Dark soul, berserk, you get it. Wayner. Hark, fellow adventurer. Are you heading out into the world? I'd join you, but it's been so long. I fear I'd lose my head. Got comedians here. There's a lot of guys in here. Watch out! I've an acidic touch and wouldn't want you getting burned. It's a protection system of my kind, though something of a nuisance when it comes to meeting others. Hex, I'll see you soon, she said, though that was long ago. I wonder where she went. This guy really looks like a jumping spider to me. I wonder if that's the basis for the design. Another moth. Thistlewind. Ah, Wanderer. I've been many places and done a great many things, but I suspect you will outdo me by far. I've long ceased traveling the caverns of Hallownest, and I suspect they're now far more dangerous than in my journeys. Though with your capable air, I'm sure you'll do fine. Good luck. It's a vast world out there. This is, from what I'm able to understand, kind of a rarity. Seeing a moth holding a weapon is notably unusual, which is always a fun bit of world building, I think, if I can talk about, like, get a little meta with world building here. When you are making a world or trying to parse one out, it's always really interesting to establish a baseline and then see the exceptions, because the one can say a lot about the other. Because we've only met one moth, and she seems to be this more mystical type. But hearing, again, I'd have to double-check my sources on this, that it's unusual to see a moth with a weapon. That tells us a lot more. Like, you know, it shows that the moths were a peaceful tribe. They were not weapon users at the very least. That connects us back to our baseline. They were interested in dreams and thoughts. So, little world-building tip. Always remember an exception, but don't let it be the only thing you see. Boss. Oh, it's the boss. I came from far away to reach this place. Though my shell may seem foreign, beneath it I am a bug, same as you. I'm not sure what that means. I'm going to be completely honest. Any secrets? Yeah. Love secrets. We've got a whispering root. Alright. Bunch of stuff to get, though. That's also interesting that we find two whispering roots so close to one another. And both the fact that these are living things that seem to be associated with essence, and in a place that's so heavily associated with essence. Have we talked to you? You're the 100 Nail guy. I think that is... Maybe they were cultivated by the moths, because there's one so prominently here, outside in the major resting grounds. But again, they seem to be in like these sacred places when you're in this moth-centric area. Because, like, think about it. Like, if you can wield a dream nail, which is a relic of the moth tribe, then the whispering roots offer insight. They are a way of seeing. And another thing we've collected about the moths, some knowledge we know, is that they are interested in foresight and clairvoyance. So it would make sense that a root that can speak about the past and the nature of a place would be revered among them. This sound is going to get on my nerves. I apologize to watchers. In fact, do we have anybody in the chat? No. No chatters right now. It's just me and the YouTube crowd right now at the moment. I do wonder if I need to go behind the waterfall again. Alright, back up here. See, I'm kind of torn a lot of the time. Like, there's this sort of streamer ethos of... Okay, no, the essence is still here. Maybe. Although it's also ambiently in the air. That's a good sound. But, like, there's that question of, do you need to fill every second with speech? Like, it feels natural, you know, to fill the silence, but... Is that the kind of stream I want to make? Because when I go silent, I immediately have this thought in my head that's like, should I be talking? Is there something I should be saying? But then again, like there are a lot of streamers that just, and I'm never going to name names. Like I'm a brand new streamer, and pretty much everyone on this site that has any kind of following knows more about me. Nope, that's not right. Knows more than me about this business. Like, you have those folks who, like, are, like, every single second, like, filling the air, barraging you with, like, this dialogue in this almost worried state of, like, we're going to lose your attention. But, you know, I don't know if that's the kind of stream I want to put on. So, I'm always interested in feedback to see how people feel, but... Oh! Was that it? Didn't even see that one. Alright, one more up there, hopefully. I'm just going to appreciate this character model here for a second. Yeah. But yeah, that is something that it connects in my mind while I am filling the air with noise. I've probably mentioned before offhandedly here on stream is that I have been trained as a therapist, as a counselor. And, you know, here I am streaming on Twitch and working a couple part-time jobs on the side. Obviously really good investment for that degree, but it does teach you a lot, and teach you a lot about dealing with people and how to speak to people. And one thing we talked about that really stuck with me is silence. That, you know, when you're in a place that bears reflection, when you're talking to someone, you don't need to catch someone at every end of a conversation. And something, just a bit of advice for folks out there who are maybe like me, kind of figuring out their place with other people. If you've really found a groove with someone and you're able to hold space and be open with them, a little bit of silence goes a long way. And just being able to be silent with people is a huge skill that often shows people that you're willing to listen and you're not, A, not pressuring them into saying anything, and B, allowing them space to just think. A little note on silence there. Sacred memories, honored souls. Okay, not too much lore to this one. But all that really tells us, I think, is that something we could kind of imply from being in here, or not imply, infer. Imply is to act, infer is to respond. Something that is implied here is that these are all, in one way or another, the souls of honored dead. There's tons and tons of dead bugs in Hallownest. We've seen them. We don't see every single ghost, and not every single one of them is in here. Even pre-Radiance. Excuse me. Once again, my body does not want me to have a nice chill stream. But, yeah, we can... The through line between those, we saw a lot of warriors in there, we saw a lot of travelers. People who hold a place of honor. But, yeah, let's head up to the City of Tears and see if we can get into the sewers. Let's get down in Narsty, shall we? Yeah, I think we can take the tram. No, that will take us to the Forgotten Crossroads. We are under where we need to be right now. Let's actually look at the map and think it through. Right. We're above the City of Tears. I always think it's above us, but the Resting Grounds is along the same line as the Forgotten Crossroads. So yeah, just back to the right and down. Looks like I'm not getting any lag on my stream, which is nice. Then again, I don't have anyone watching. And again, like I said, a lot of people know more about this than me. I'm not completely certain if having more people watching your stream has a chance of bugging it. Like, I've seen like huge influxes of people crash streams before, but obviously that's not going to be a huge problem for a while. Alright. Starting to encounter some City of Tears Hallownest denizens. Excuse me. Alright. Yes, we are right above King's Station. I'm debating sticking our heads into Higher Hallownest, but I think, notice we can see the symbol of one of the Dreamers up there. I might just devote a whole section to that because, spoilers, not only is there a Dreamer up there, it's guarded by one of my problem bosses, so we might be spending a little time there. I'm not necessarily in good enough voice right now to just kind of vamp and talk through something, so let's get about to our deeper explorations and then find our way back here once we're all kitted up. Matter of fact, let me, since we're here in the city, let me see something. Pale ore. I only have one. And since I already have a channel in my nail, I think I need two. Oh. Ah. Oh, he came back for me. Okay. I respect that, honestly. Yeah, alright. Excuse me, big guy. I mean you no harm. Yeah, and even then, I'd like to be pretty thorough with this side of the City of Tears. And to do that, you need the love key, which you get actually after getting the traversal ability we're about to get. So, let's just keep our peas and our porridge separate and find our way to where we need to go. Alright, goodbye. Later, bud. Alright. Statue of the Hollow Knight. Did I open this? Yes, I did. Alright. So, welcome to the ship pit, everybody. So here we do, like, this is, I will admit, not the most visually exciting area. It's very claustrophobic, much like Deep Nest, and real wet. But I would like to take in some architectural work while we're here. So notice, first of all, we are surrounded by a lot of exposed machinery, the stuff that, again, really, really advanced technology for a bunch of bugs. Like, this is something to always keep in mind, is the scale of this world that I think makes it way more interesting. Like, these pipes, these boilers and stuff, these dials, all shrunk down, miniature size in the ruling of this world. We just go ahead and break them. That's important. I really love breakable environments. But another thing you notice down here is that even a place where, you know, no bugs are really supposed to be, we still see that Hallownest determination to put little decorations on everything. Like, the struts on the walls here have, like, these beautiful designs on them, and all of the waterways have these little studs that create a repeating pattern. And we gotta deal with these guys. And those guys. Jesus. Yeah, bellflies are gonna be a problem down here. But these things have, like, a really appropriate name I'm trying to remember. I think they're called, like, foomps or something like that. We have not actually consulted our friend the hunter in a minute. Hormph. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, Blugsack, if we haven't encountered that name before. Which is, yeah, it's just the thing you get rancid eggs from. Anything else new? Crystallized husks. Animated by a strange force, we know what that is. We can go defeat this guy again for another journal entry, which I think might shed some more light on, light radiance on this thing. Yeah. And a lot of this other stuff is just worse versions of things that are in the Forgotten Crossroad. Yeah, something I don't know if I touched on properly, but, you know, if you missed the last stream. When we were fighting the Broken Vessel, it is important to note that we are on such a small scale that things in this world, we can see single-cell organisms. Obviously, like, fairly large, but what we see here is a little nucleus inside of a simple cell, like, what is it? I'm trying to think of the word, not protoplasm. Is it cytoplasm? I think that's inside a cell. I'm trying to remember 7th grade biology. Yeah, the fact that not only can we see single-celled organisms, which these are very, very similar to the life seeds, the lifeblood seeds that we found before, likely the same species that has just absorbed something different. They are able to absorb the infection into themselves like any other living thing. So as we've seen with fungi, insects, and now with little single-celled critters. Also, you notice a little flagella on one side. I love this simple little design. That the radiance does not discriminate. And again, another single-celled creature we saw with those balloons. well, yet again here, I don't need to read through all of it, but the broken vessel is just confirming here that it is one of us. It's the same thing that the knight is. But yeah, you've seen these things more than once, and we have too. We saw one in Greenpath as well as down there in the basin. And again, we're saying empty little wanderers, which both adds more intrigue to our character, I think, and also, at least for me, makes me feel a little less alone when I'm playing this game. You know, there are others like us. Hey! It's Tuck. Don't take something if it isn't yours. That's the law. Everything you see, it belongs to me. Don't be angry. I'll share my food with you. If you give me Geo. He's just going to give me a rancid egg. If you don't want it, I'll keep it. Not a lot to this guy. He's just weird. That's it. I'll find you again. The water will bring you to me. I just need to keep searching and praying. When we meet again, I want you to say that you're sorry. That is really interesting. Again, I don't know if there's any immediate textual evidence as to what he's thinking about here, but there is another bug. Once again, back to the Quirrell comics. See, I do plan these out. That there is another bug that is identical to Tuck named Boone that Quirrell meets in his comic, who is this showing of, like, there are intelligent bugs outside of Hallownest, but they speak in that sort of... I hate how these things, like, drift towards you. They speak in that sort of, like, you know, me Boone kind of caveman way of speaking. So I'd like to think here is that even though Tuck is a little non-personable, he may be searching for his brother, friend, what have you, in Boone. And judging by the fact, you know, that this is a somewhat volatile area, it's underneath a lake, there's every chance in the world that these tunnels were used for their intended purpose and flooded, thus carrying Boone out to the outer wilds. And rather tragically, if we're following this theory, that... Hang on, these weirdos. That Boone, after being washed out of the kingdom somehow, lost his mind. He doesn't remember Tuck. Again, I'd have to do a reread of the Quirrell comic to know for sure, but that is my current take. Whoop. There's some really creative enemy design down here, if not a little annoying. You can flip these guys, well, you can flip those guys over and they go from crawling to jumping. Oh, okay, we're back here. So then we just need to go left and down and we should get to a bench. Oh, I think I may have missed a worm. Oh, okay. We're near some enemies whose noises I do not care for. Very, very slurpy, wispy, weird sounds down here. But hey, you know, we're in the gross area. It is what it is. There's a grub around here somewhere. The map. So this is where I slammed down. But no? It's weird that you can stop here, and there's nothing there. Also, you notice I so instinctively check my map after I sit on a bench. Like, I went for the tab key. There's so many of them. Like, they're so satisfying to smack around, but they really come back and bite you in the ass if you do that. Where is that grub? I hate leaving grubs behind. I'm pretty sure I got it in my practice save, too. Okay, we're right at the halfway point on the stream. I need a new chair. My butt hurts. Oh, okay. If my adoring audience wants to know things about me, you get to know them. That grub's around here somewhere. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Nice. We never stop by the Grubfather. Well, next time I find myself needing Geo, I can hop in there. Man's loaded. And a great dad. An amazing dad to his kids. I think probably next stream we'll end up making it to, like, high Hallownest, like the highfalutin rich people's area. Also, if you didn't know that about me, I'm the kind of person who says highfalutin. Oh god, these things. Wait for it. Yep. What are these? Are those flukes or are they something else? Yeah, they're fluke mons. Ugh. But we will actually get some grub lore, some grub context when we're up there. Again, I'm kind of glazing over these, but if you haven't played the game before, this might be a little jarring. Yeah, fluke mons, if you kill them, air quotes, they split. And you have to fight the top half that flies around, then the lower half hops up and starts nipping at your heels. Cornifer, where are you? I like the fact that, like, I feel, like, close to Cornifer as a character, but I refuse to call him corny, because his wife calls him that. I'm not gonna use a pet name for my friend. At least not a pet name his wife uses. But if you have pet names for your homies, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure they appreciate it. Where are you? I can't hear him humming. It's the weird thing. I wonder if since I opened this area up earlier, he moved on. It's a shame. We'd miss out on a little dialogue. But it's not like Cornifer has a ton of really interesting lore implications. Whoa, whoa, whoa! More fluke types. You can one-shot them, they're really aggressive. Where is Cornifer? More really bad noises. Oh, I think that's a blood sack. It's gross down here, folks. It's bad. Although if we missed Cornifer, I'd have to go all the way back up to Deep Nest. Yeah, you. Cut that out. Always useful if I want to get my... put my ghost back in my body. For a price. I was in here earlier, wasn't I? Yet again, wish I had a map. This is an area where you really need a map for. Leave me alone. They put such a level of, like, even stress on my body. Like, they just come at you so slowly and so methodically. I am pretty sure I missed Cornifer. Which is a shame. Also, the paper trail is so long out here. This is, like, it's such a weird area, this one. Like, I don't think about it very much. Oh, God, the mask noise. That's also going to bug. It is an area of really bad sounds. Ooh, although, notice the shift in architecture once again. How the floor changes behind that pillar. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me. The floor and the walls change again to show that change in architecture around the soul totems. Which I've mentioned in... Nope. Hey, he's here. Alright, my buddy's here. Near the fungal wastes, interestingly enough. Is this the challenge room? Was that... I just knock around a bunch of these guys? Because I'm hearing, like, battle music, but this isn't necessarily a battle. I feel like I just hopped 3 topics and forgot what I was talking about. This is why I need people in chat, because I will not remember what topic I was on. I need people to keep me steady. Also, the battle music with Cornifer's little humming is interesting. Yeah, that was it. Okay. But yeah, I was saying this is a really weird area conceptually. Because, like, it's kind of in between everything. Like, the design is good, it's well made, but, like, there's almost no music. It's just sort of ambient dripping noises, but it's not creepy? I don't know. Really, really weird interstitial area. Ho ho! Aren't these waterways thrilling? a labyrinth of pipes and tunnels. I couldn't have asked for a better place to employ my talents. It's all so orderly, so considered, nothing like the crude irregularity of those caverns. Ah, but so sad. My trunk is telling me those fungal wastes are close, and I sense my damp adventure may have reached its end. Damp adventure, game title, save that. Guess I'll be calling this map done. Anything for you, Cornifer. Alright, we've been through a lot of the Royal Waterways so far. But yeah, this way, I'll see if there's a gate I need to open, but I don't particularly want to get back to the fungal wastes. Yeah, this is just where we got, Bretta. Not terribly interested, but I'm glad we have the option. I'm trying to think. There is some stuff we'll want to explore in the fungal wastes not too long from now, just since I can traverse more easily. Another thing I'm working on that, I guess, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, game archives at youtube.com, I'm kind of working, like, on a streaming voice, because, like, a lot of people, you might hear the advice that people are like, oh, you know, you just sound natural, use your natural voice. There is a presentational voice that you learn. Like, it's going to sound kind of dead otherwise. And, like, I have kind of like an NPR voice locked and loaded. In fact, part of my job right now, just the one I'm doing temporarily, it's a presentational job, so I also have my, like, big presenter voice. But I'm trying to find that mix, you know, like, what's natural for me, what fits the vibes of what I'm playing, you know, what's funnier, what's more soothing. There's a lot to consider, so. I am always appreciative of constructive criticism. Please be nice to me. Although I did specifically last night ask a good friend of mine to leave a mean comment. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Okay. We're good. It's gonna bug me so bad. Where is that mask fragment? No. Like, this is just like a blank room on the map. Ugh, man, because this is a real leave no stone unturned kind of game. That's what I'm trying to do here. I feel like I would be untrue to my mission statement if I was leaving stones turned. Or leave no stone unturned, so you leave stones unturned. Jesus Christ. So you leave stones unturned. Okay, there we go. Shut that sound up. Alright, one more. We got a little bit more health, which is always appreciated. Another interesting thing, I don't really know what to connect it to. Notice how every single mask fragment is on the same weird pedestal. Like, this design isn't necessarily consistent with anything we've seen. Like, the shape is a little similar to those, to the areas around the soul totems we've seen, but the material and design is very indicative of High Hallownest, but it doesn't have that traditional, like, filigree and engraving. It's very blunt and straightforward. But again, that's as mysterious as the mask fragments are. You know, do those work for other bugs? Could other bugs grab those and get health? And again, since they tend to be, like, we find them in places of, like, almost reverence, if not value, it would imply that they were just seen as a valuable object, and something about us allows us to use it for strength. Could be something to do with our ability to focus soul. It could be us being not necessarily a bug, which I'm kind of losing track of, like, how much I have and haven't said on that topic, but we will come to a point where I'll talk about it pretty thoroughly. I've kind of been teasing that for a while. Because that's one of the remaining questions that sits with us, is what are we? And I'll say right now, we are not a bug. That's one thing I've said. We are connected to Hallownest, and we are related to Hornet, who I'm hoping to run into sometime soon. In fact, we might be taking a trip to her hometown at some point. Oh dear God. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, alright, cool. Everyone calm it down. That's also what the Royal Waterways do, is just like, it'll go from real chill to all of a sudden you're just being destroyed on all angles. They're destroying your body till you're dead. Do I want to go right? I don't know. Ah, idiot. Fucker. Fool. Creature. Ah. I like finding little exploits like that. What is that? Alright, that's nothing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, calm down, calm down. I'm gonna be doing that a lot, I'm sorry. Fun, very fun. We're all having fun. This is great. It's that, again, that real 0 to 60. I might die. We're near a bench, and it's fine, but I might die. Ah, I thought I had them all. It's fine, I'm near a bench. And I update my map. Yeah, that room just ends. It's worth exploring. This whole game is. That's not gonna follow me, is it? No, okay, they don't progress beyond screens. They run you down so fast. Alright, what exactly do you want me to do about my shade up there? Just Shovel Knight this whole process? Alright. Nope. Not again. Fool me once. I can hear you up there. Hey. Hey, I think I need to go up and around. E-Honda can go up and across. Don't worry about the things I say half the time. I guess I'll have to find my way back around. Stop. Stop! Remembering why I don't like this area. Am I near a certain boss? Am I near a certain somebody? I guess that's just the trick for dealing with these things. Also, just a thing that occurred to me. These things are called Flukamon? Is that a Pokemon thing, since they release smaller creatures from their body? Is that what we're going for? Or is that this just a coincidence in my head? A little bit of insight there. I don't need to read through all of it. I really don't like the textures in this area. I guess a little content warning for anyone watching on the YouTube. It's going to be sticky and wormy here for a little while. So, if that's not your thing, just take a little break from the stream. Go get yourself some water. In fact, you know what? Right now we're taking a break for it. Drink some water, get up, stretch, text a friend. I think those are the things you need to do instead of looking at worms. If you don't want to, it's fine. Yeah, it's a little gross out here. There's a lot to take in. Something that the hunter said there in the journal specifically noted that the fluke flies and the Flukamon are cousins. So this is all like a conjoined family. We see these little like worm things coming out of the ceiling. I'm gonna waste a little soul because look, these are very explicitly living things because I can gain soul off of them. And they're also explicitly infected, since we just see the orange effect come off of them, the Sunny D, as it were. Oh, hey, look at that. I was honestly not expecting to do that. I forgot which way goes where around here. Oh, but yeah, here's the Fluke Marmot. Alright, this isn't a super hard boss, but I do need to concentrate because I've not practiced on this one. She just has a lot of health. Throws beasts at you. Nice. Another excellent example of voice acting, though. This one, it would actually kind of be nice to have the Thorns of Agony out, because just these little guys die in one hit and stick around you so much. Stop. They do give you a chance to heal yourself, which is nice. Like, it's not... You're gonna lose out on some damage, but it's not so bad. Can you leave me alone here? Just let me kill you. Go silently into that good night. Stop sucking and yelling at me. I want to be in the recording booth with whoever voiced this thing. I don't know if you can hear it on the stream, but it's truly a work of vocal art here. Need to heal. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, not a big problem. This is not a problem boss at all. Definitely a weird one. And, ugh, God. Ugh, that's genuinely gross to me. The fact that it just leaves that thing hanging. But yeah, that was the Fluke Marm. Not much to say, like, you know, like world-building lore-wise, aside from the fact that, well, you know what, actually, there's a bit of world-building ecology to it. An insatiable breeder, well, calm down, has populated waterways with its kind. Its insides double as a nest for young fluke flies. So, it's so gross. It's so gross. The hunter saying, a desire to breed, to leave behind a memory of ourselves in the shape of a child. It seems to be etched deep into the heart of every living creature. I too have felt the pull of that base instinct. You gotta stick on that Sigma grind set, big guy. Stay strong. Not literally, I'm not. Don't at me. But, yeah, the Fluke Marm is this combination nest and hive queen of the flukes living here in the Royal Waterways. As we've seen in the Hunter's Journal, they prefer, you know, damp, dark areas. So this thing has sort of made this artificial space into a natural nest for itself. And I think we'll be able to get a little bit more insight on it here in just a second. With another interesting character. No, you don't. There's my little guy. Come here. You can tell I'm tired because my accent comes out every now and then. Little guy, come here. Come here. Yes, I am Southern. No, I'm not sorry. I mean, I'll apologize for the other folks living here, but, you know, it's not so bad. Matter of fact, like, you know, I'm from the deep south. I'm from and currently living in the southeast. I was born in Atlanta and all that, but I think often this area, not entirely undeservedly, gets a bad rap. But there are a lot of weird stereotypes that go around, like you hear people like rage baiting on the internet and stuff that just, you know, want to drive people being angry at each other. What else is new? But where? I hope we run into this other Fluke character. But the fact, you know, this area it has been in a long time in the past a hotbed for change in civil rights. But I had literally my parents, they visited New York. I'm kind of crossing my wires here, but someone says like, oh, you know, you're from blank state where I'm from. They said, and you guys wear shoes? Like all the time? And my parents said yes, and we're not even cousins. Yeah, like it, you know, making a joke about the situation, but yes, this is an area with a lot of, you know, good intellectual people, and also that is not a merit for, you know, respect, even if you're not like an intellectual or a scientist or anything like that. There are good folks here. There's a lot of cultural divide, but like I said, we are a, you know, cradle of civil rights, and I've seen a lot of really interesting activism here, as well as I think this statistic still stands that we have the highest LGBT population in the United States, which is wild considering the laws that get passed around here. But hey, if the democracy were more direct, I guess. But little side soapbox. The South is cool. There are cool people here. I grew up in a city that is considered one of the smartest cities in America, and I'm proud of that. Come on. There we go. Oh god. Do I need to go this way? This really feels like I should go through that wall. Yeah, these things, they're hard to kill in an efficient way. just because they will wreck you so bad. I will say they are called flukemungas, which is another pretty good name. But they leave behind this awful sludge, this truly terrible gunk. Just trying to see if I can get the Hunter's Journal entry for this guy. But they are such a pain. There we go, cool. Oh. I know I need to go up. Just let it do the damage, just face tank through it, it's fine. Long way. Where? Oh, I'm way off the map, okay. Oh, okay, I am at the junk pit. I don't want to mess with that right now, just because I'm trying to meet an NPC. What are we doing on time? We have a little over half an hour left, so I think we might be able to get this traversal ability and then end the stream there. It's been a quieter one, just a more meandering one, which I don't mind, you know. It's a little less homework for me, and I like to think I'm still maintaining that kind of chill vibe while we're here. Oh, right, they can do that. Okay. God, I hate those things. What was that? And, oh yeah, I know it's a maze. So there's so many little dead ends. Yes, this is meant to be a maze. Yeah, the sewers are definitely weird. There's not a lot of like story information that can be gleaned, but they're a really interesting bit of world building. And another world building tip. I need to add like a little ding soundboard for that. Another one of my patented world building tips is that like don't be afraid to look at like the marginalia, like the weird little quibbling bits of a world that might not necessarily be thought about off the bat. Like this, like there's so much effort here put into what is the sewer system in Hallownest like. Really? They have so much health too. Like what's living in the sewers, like what was intended to be here and what wasn't. Can I run it? Can I run it? Haha, idiot. No? Really? So much health. The fact that there are these like repeating motifs in the sewers, like the fact that we can see a bit of Hallownest culture, like I said before, and like everything having to be decorated. I'm back at the beginning because I'm very intelligent. Oh god. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We're fine, we're fine, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're so good. Alright, I don't know where to go. Oh god. That was just for fun. That was on purpose, just to feel something. Again, I have been through this area. I have taken notes on it. Should probably have taken down a little map. This just takes me back to the beginning, doesn't it? Yeah, alright. I'll figure this out. I'm gonna lick this at some point. Please, God, please. Again, I love the voice acting, but don't love the enemy. When it's coming after you. Okay, I've been up here. I feel like I'm missing something, you know? Maybe I do need to go into the junk pit. Maybe that's the key. See, again, there comes the question of, like, what silence do you feel? Like, is this chill, or is this boring? Yeah, you know, you figure out the ropes as you go. Well, when in doubt, just start doing shit. Another bit of life advice. Let's see if I can finagle my way around here. We see more of these chains that we saw in early Hallownest, or like in the entrance to the City of Tears, I guess. Okay, so we end up near the fungal wastes again. See, this is an interesting area. It's kind of like the Crystal Peak. It's one you can sort of enter at any point of the game. Like, as long as you have, like, a simple key and you've gotten to the City of Tears, you can just get down here. I think, like, the only thing you're required to have is the Mantis Claw. So you can come in here at varying levels of experience and upgrades, and just end up absolutely flummoxed by the area. Yeah, okay, we come back up here. While we're here, let's check in with our buddy, the Nailsmith. Because I'm pretty sure we need 2 pale ore, but I like to be thorough. Did you hear my bones crack there? My joints. Yeah, 2 paces. Alright, thanks, man. Run, Joe, send ya. I do wonder who they had to voice the Nailsmith. I really like his vocal quality. Oh, hello. Alright, cool, cool, cool. We're good, we're good. Just take a little damage off the creature that's literally asleep and not sentient. Feels great, feels good. Welcome to the Junk Pit. This is, once again, we're talking about, like, sort of the marginalia of a world. Like, again, if you're designing a sewer system, you can hide something like this in here. There's something that says a lot about the society around it. Just the sheer amount of trash. Oh, that's nothing. The sheer amount of trash that exists around here, with still just, like, money being thrown away. And lumaflies, apparently. There's just, like, a lot of waste around Hallownest. Alright, fine, we'll open it. This is something we're not going to do right now, but I figure it's worth exploring. You know how I was talking earlier about sentient bugs from outside of Hallownest? Hello. I do really love this design, but... The God Tuner. Device that resonates with beings of great power. Seek the gods of Hallownest. Tune their power. Through their strength, ascend. Ascend with Gorb. We're just going to let her nap for now, because I do not want to mess with Godmaster at the moment. That is going to be something I'm going to practice off camera and, you know, really get good at. Yeah, I think we may just miss out on that NPC. I'm going to hang around here after the end of this stream. So it's not like we're going to miss something and just, like, move along, but I can't for the life of me tell where that one NPC I was looking for is. Or how to get out of here, apparently. Trying to keep that streaming voice. I was almost losing my voice there. Let's see. Alright, this way, this way. Yeah, the bad noises, they're back. Oh, you. Alright, just slowly follow behind. You don't see me. You don't see me. Ooh. Alright, that's just gonna come later, I guess. Because I have someone I think we need to get to. And, of course, I say it a lot, but anyone who has played the game before knows exactly who I'm talking about, and anyone who doesn't know the game is in for a treat. Maybe my favorite character. Not in video games, but, like, he's up there. Just in sheer vibes alone. I'll be glad to get somewhere with any music at all and just better sounds. Enough of you. Yeah, just go right. These things like never really pose a threat. I'm about to take damage from them. They never really pose a threat, but they're such an odd little character addition. Just strange little crawly things that exist in this part of the world. That is while we have some time. Just like good world building tips is like be interested in everything. Like the fact that, you know, we are currently, like I said, in the incredibly complicated sewer system of this invented world is already just like, you know, just absolutely music to my ears as someone who's a lover of world building. But also the fact that there is ecology. There is ecology, economy, politics, like everything is interacting here. Like your creatures are going to have some effect on the infrastructure of your world. And the infrastructure exists because of the politics of your world that exists because of all these different things. I say, like, never... Was I... Well, I don't think I'm supposed to pass through here yet, but we'll see. Yeah, no. This is going to block me off. But I think we will be able to experience this area in a really interesting way. Because usually what I've done in the past is like bypass this little puzzle first instead of taking 1 million damage and dying, and then like not actually seeing the effects of it. Only those who prove their honor in combat may enter the grove beyond. The defender. Oh, there he is. Yeah. We notice the level of the acid. Very, very subtle bit of game communication here. First of all, the shift in these plants, these entirely unique plants. I love this. I love the little shift in color here. But the fact that you can see what we know in our heads is a little entrance there in the bottom right. But it immediately communicates to you, that is an entrance, that is the acid, that means we need to lower the acid without saying a single word. Like, it says, like, beyond, hey, you know, you need to come fight a guy. But the little subtle thing of, like, the rest is told to you by, like, here's where we need to go through. Very fun. Very cool. I'm a fan. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just looked at him while he smacked me in the head. Power move? Question mark? Is this just like a room with just like one guy in it? What's going on here? I've never seen this room before. Yeah, it's the guy room. We just keep that one guy in there. Oh, God. Forget about the reach on those guys. I feel like I invaded a guy's home there. I don't know what that was. Okay, little bits of treasure around here. See, this is an area I normally don't go through this way. I'm kind of traversing it backwards. And a blood sack. Okay, we still got plenty of time on the stream. But I would like to get things moving if possible. If we go a little late, we go a little late, but I'm a very punctual person. Why did I do that? Why did I do any of that? Yeah, I think I just need to pass back through here. Excuse me. Okay. How did I... Again, showing that I am more tired than usual. Do really love the designs on these lights. Like, you can see the difference between a street light and a service light, even if there is a lot of decoration on both. Oh, hello. Alright, come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Something moves slightly unpredictably and just my entire brain scrambles. I need nice, even, predictable movements. That's what I need. Hey, out of my way. Alright. Okay. Alright, here we are. Oh, listen to him. Love this man. With all my heart. Alright, let's pop my head up here and see if there's a bench handy. Or are we getting closer to him? Am I going to be cocky? Yes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah! It's the Dung Defender, baby! There's not a boss in this game that has more energy, more panache than this guy. Also, he just... That is like one word we can translate from like bug gibberish, is doba, which just means shit. Like, he's just so excited to throw poop. And honestly, we can all respect a king that loves what he does. He's a guy who lives in the sewers, he does one thing, and he's all about it. This is his deal. Oh. See, it's the charge on those abilities is like never something that this game, I think, really, at least at my skill level, is interested in me doing. It's a pretty easy boss fight, but he's got so much personality. I'm just gonna let him talk, honestly. Nope. Let's see, he just knocks me out of it. Habundo. I love this man. I just love this. There's like no lore. I just love this man. The lore will come later. Now I'm hanging out with my best friend. Everyone shut up. He has a lot of health though. Oh, never change. Absolutely. It also, again, it's something I never dodge, but it is always so funny when he just like point blanks you in the face. Oh. You can tell he's actually like fighting with like some tactics. He like doubles back and like messes up your trajectory. Okay, got him. First try. Not a hard boss, but always nice. Notice, not infected. He is not putting off infected particles. That's just his general stank. Yep, Defender's Crest, which make you stinky. But yeah, we have, believe it or not, just encountered another member of the 5 Great Knights of Hallownest. Now, the Dung Defender is the name as he is known by now. But his true name, as we know it, is Oghren. In fact, let me crack open my notes. I haven't really needed them too much lately. But go back towards the beginning of my notes. Five Great Knights, yes. I don't have their titles. I believe it's Loyal Oghren. But he's, like... We have met him and seen the shell of Hegemol so far. But yeah, the Dung Defender, before, you know, everything went down, was a great hero and defender of Hallownest. He was, like, one of the guys. And he had a very specific connection with another one of the 5 Great Knights. With Isma. But I do wish I could have dream nailed him. I know there's a charm somewhere that I'll have to do some research on that allows you to dream nail a little faster, which I think might help us out with the specific weird thing that we're doing here. I can't... What am I doing? I can't go where I need to go doing this. But yeah. Oghren, like, there are other characters in the game that will, like, mention that name. Specifically, I think if you're wearing the Defender's Crest, it's specifically that. Yeah, I've opened that up. I think I need to double back then. Does he come back up? Can I see him? I cannot see him. Oh, God, he fills me with so much joy. But surround yourself with things that spark joy, and one of those things is the Dung Defender. But he's a really interesting case. He's one of the very few uninfected beings we meet. We'll be able to talk to him later. Fun thing to look forward to. But he is here just for the love of the fight. He's just defending... we saw on that sign, he refers to himself as the Defender. He is not defending Dung. He is using Dung to defend the Grove at the far end of... Get away from me. Of the Royal Waterways. Which, if my sense of direction can be trusted, in the very least, we'll be able to get back to right before the end of the stream. Yeah, we got about 15 minutes. We're doing just fine on time. I'm losing my voice, though. I'm gonna need that tomorrow. It's gonna be tea and rest tonight after this. Yeah. Where do I need to go? Forgot about the acid. Really forgot about all the acid. Alright, here we are. Here we go. This is the big leagues. This is big boy stuff. We see again the shift in plants, and we get to see what the Dung Defender was Dung defending. It's also notable, like, it's unclear as to whether or not Hegemol, the false knight who we fought at the beginning of the game, had a weapon. He may have just been a grappler. It's very specific. We can see some evidence that Ogrim, the Dung Defender, did not carry a weapon. He just had his ready supply of dung to... Oh, hang on. These guys... Were these guys not under acid before? Is this not how that works? Bad game. I'm calling hacks. Yeah, he... I'm almost tempted to call him a caster? Question mark? But, yeah, a lot of these knights used, presumably used abilities that were more innate to them as a part of their fighting. In fact, I can only think of two that we've seen, and again, we see very sparing little of some of them, that have nails or anything like that. And again, it's debatable as to whether or not that living bug on the end of a stick that was being used as a hammer by the false knight was actually Hegemol's. Yeah. If you notice the sign that popped up there, we are in Isma's Grove. Now, you know how I mentioned that the Dung Defender had a close relationship with Isma. That's something that textually we can understand about this game. And it's unclear as to whether or not he knows, or maybe we're in the wrong here, but this is what's left of Isma. After the fall of the kingdom, you know, a lot happened. A lot of the knights went their separate ways, and some didn't make it. Isma's here. Acid shall be repelled. Thank you. Yeah, Isma is here. It's very much like it's the sort of Chozo statue kind of thing. We're going to see more direct homages to that specific Metroid thing. But just this mournful shape. They say so much in shape language here. And also implying that, you know, the rest of the Great Knights were bugs or whatever was in Hegemol's shell. But Isma seemed to be some kind of plant. You know, she's now, like, become this place. She's become part of everything. That's why we see these unique leaves that we don't see anywhere else in the game. It's very much in my mind that all of this is Isma. So either the Dung Defender... Yeah, Ogrim, there's no time. We don't get a lot of context on that, but, like... Either, you know, she died and grew into this place, or just allowed herself to grow into a new kind of life down here, something that might persist past the end of the kingdom. And her loyal Ogrim, who, as far as we can tell, stuck by her side, was the closest of the 5 Great Knights. Guards her to this very day. And honestly, like, knowing the Dung Defender, he's a little nutty, he's a little unusual, but I think he's enough of his own capacity that he probably knows that Isma isn't with us, necessarily, but he is a knight through and through. He is a bug of honor, first and foremost. And love a little background detail. We can see that these pipes, specifically, obviously constructed to contain this acid leak, that he was a knight who stands by his word, you know, through thick and thin. I still don't know what this room is for. But, yeah, another thing that further endears me to Ol Ogren, the Dung Defender. The fact that someone is not only, like, living this odd, quixotic way of being... Oh, wait, where am I? Hang on. But that he's doing it with such, like, joy and fervor. Like, it's something I really appreciate in characters. Ooh! Hey! Didn't know we'd run into you. Eternal Emelita. Ah, what a surprise! It's not often I receive visitors. It's been so long, ages even. I just hope my manners haven't left me. You've no doubt sensed my affluence. You're right to guess. I'm renowned amongst the upper caste of Hallownest. Well, I was. Once. Until those cretins cast me out. Have you met them, my former fellows? That's them outside, their bodies shambling around all mindless and empty. And I'm still alive, to witness their pathetic demise. Ah, I'm just so happy. Fate can be a wonderful thing. No doubt this one will meet its demise at the nails of the city's guards. I'll outlive you too, little grub, as I did all the others. Isn't life just wonderful? Yeah, that's Emelita. She is, as we can tell, not infected, but, not doing great. Alright, but we found a little way to, oh god, re-enter the City of Tears as well. Excuse me, excuse me. Can I? There we go. Yeah, little side note of a character, like, yet again showing that some people did survive, some bugs are in this weird time-held state, and are aware of it too. But even for the survivors, things are... the victories are Pyrrhic at best, let's say. Now all we gotta do is just find our way back. I think I'm gonna just end us off. Yeah, we got about 8 minutes left. Just end us off. Oh, isn't this so satisfying? Oh, thank you. In the Dung Defender's chambers. Yeah, so now we can really get around this game. And, oh, we're fine. We're fine. I'm already thinking about a bunch of places we can get to with this. Some really, really interesting lore stuff. I'm excited. Save for, like, one more thing we're going to get a little bit later, because, you know, it's Metroidvania, you want to space it out. But we can get pretty much anywhere we want in the game now. And that really loosens up my job. Like, I'm able to more effectively communicate on this game if I can just, you know, see somewhere and go to it. The only thing that's blocking us are those shade barriers that we've seen before. But yeah, I think up next, we're probably going to hit up the Queen's Gardens. Either that or the City's Edge. I think those are going to be the next possible stops. But either way, as we're winding down, no chatters today on the stream, but hey, that's early Twitch life for you. But anyone watching on YouTube, I am so happy to have you here. You're welcome to come, chill, listen, ask questions, leave comments, like, and subscribe. And let me know what you think of these streams. Let me know what questions you have about the lore, or what games you might want to see me tackle. That's more of a long-off thing. I need a lot of time with a game to really be as intuitive with it, with the lore, as I am with the ones I have planned, but I'm always happy to hear what people are curious about, what they're interested in, because that's what this project is for, is it's about curiosity and a love of a well-built world. So if you'd like to join me on that journey, I'm going to be here. I try and be here every Wednesday at 7. Lately it's been every other Wednesday just because, you know, life. But let's round things off and see if our friend's going to stick his head out. No? No. Well, if you guys don't mind me robbing you of 6 minutes of that sweet, sweet content, thank you so much. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch. and I will be happy to see you next week in the archives. Thank you so much.